From a close-range dust devil in Brazil that nearly took out these power lines, and a giant earth pimple in Michigan this dad just couldn't wait to pop, to a monstrous tornado in Mexico that was spotted right next to a double rainbow, and a glacier collapse in Greenland that sent a tsunami barreling towards our camera crew. Here are 10 unbelievable moments in nature caught on camera. Tahquamenon Falls is a 50,000 square acre state park in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Visitors can explore 35 miles of trails and overlooks between the upper and lower falls. They can camp under the stars at night and let nature lull them to sleep. That said, nature isn't always so pretty. On August 6th of 2021, visitors at Tahquamenon were standing on a viewing deck over Upper Falls when they spotted a white-tailed fawn trotting through the water. They thought it was cute until they realized the deer was heading straight for a 50-foot drop.
What's he doing? Oh, no. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Where'd he go?
Just when everyone thought the deer was a goner, Mother Nature gave them a pleasant surprise.
I can't believe it. Oh my god. How did we make it? How in the world? Get over here.
Almost there, buddy.
Park officials said this viral video caused quite a ruckus in the area. People called from all over, wondering if the deer was okay. Unfortunately, the video ends before the deer makes it to dry land. Since it could swim, we think it survived the drop and escaped into the wild. Park rangers said this wasn't the first deer to take the 50-foot drop. There's a migration trail upstream from the waterfall where deer typically cross the Tahquamenon River. Sometimes they drift too far downstream. The current proves too strong, and it eventually sends them flying over the falls. Some make it, others don't. Zugui, China is a large county in western Hubei province. It's home to about 367,000 people living along the Yangtze River near the Three Gorges Reservoir. For many, home is one of the hillside villages along the river. Heavy rain and humid conditions mean landslides can strike at any time. On July 17th of 2024, several days of heavy rain caused the soil under this village to weaken significantly. Residents saw the signs and quickly fled to higher ground. All they could do from there was watch as the earth slowly reclaimed their land. According to reports, about 800,000 cubic meters of land moved during the landslide, enough to fill over 320 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Thankfully, early warnings allowed everyone to evacuate quickly. They owe their lives to a few locals who noticed the road above their village beginning to bulge. Events like these are common in Southeast Asia. Just ask these folks from northern India who witnessed this massive landslide on September 3rd of 2024. Like the landslide in Zugui, many days of heavy rain weakened this mountainside in the Indian state of Uttarakhand. A driver stopped when he saw several rocks rolling down the mountain. He got out and began recording, as it was easy to predict what would happen next. Thankfully, all that rock fell into the valley below, and nobody was hurt during the landslide. According to local sources, the area has seen increased landslides in the past few years. Luckily, Uttarakhand locals can typically recognize the signs and evacuate before they strike. Branson, Missouri is a small city in Taney County. It's home to just over 12,000 people, many of whom enjoy spring days on the golf course. They'll travel 9 miles south of the city to play at Paynes Valley Golf Club. The course is one of 9 in the world designed by Tiger Woods. On May 13th of 2024, Mother Nature decided to ruin this group's day on the course. They were just about to tee off when one of them spotted a tornado forming over the trees. Luckily, there's a bridge off camera that our golfers plan to hide under. That's why they don't mind standing around and recording for a few more minutes.
Wow. Holy shit, what? There's no siren. This is wild. Boys, get ready to take cover. Yeah. Holy smokes. Should we go that way? Should we run? It's too late. We're gonna pick up right here.
As the footage ends, the tornado seems to weaken and move away from them. From what we can gather, it only damaged a few trees and flipped a handful of golf carts. It also knocked out power at nearby Branson Airport, but didn't cause any damage. The National Weather Service rated the storm as an EF0 on the enhanced Fujita scale, which classifies tornadoes based on overall damage instead of wind speed alone. That said, wind speeds still reached 70 miles per hour, and the storm tracked for about 2 miles before dissipating. Saugerties, New York is a small town in the northeastern corner of Ulster County. It's home to about 20,000 people living on the banks of the Hudson River between Albany and New York City. Tornadoes are typically the last thing on their minds when it comes to significant weather events, but that doesn't mean that they never happen. Mid-May of 2018 marked the worst May tornado outbreak New York had seen in 16 years. 4 twisters touched down in Hudson Valley, ranging from an EF0 in Orange County to an EF2 in Putnam County. Meanwhile, in Saugerties, a couple recorded on their porch as an EF1 spun up over their home. Watch how it goes from bad to worse in a few short minutes.
Dear God.
Just when they thought the storm was letting up, the second wave hit harder than the first. Local reports claim the Saugerties tornado was on the ground for about 5 miles. It uprooted dozens of trees and damaged a few homes. All 4 New York twisters spawned from a larger storm system over the northeastern United States. It also produced 2 more tornadoes in Connecticut and 1 in Pennsylvania. On average, New York only sees 1 tornado every other April and about 1.5 tornadoes every May. 4 touching down within 2 hours was almost unheard of until May of 2018. Bees are incredible insects. There are over 20,000 species in the world, 4,000 of which are native to the United States. Some are as small as 2 millimeters, or about the tip of a crayon. Others, like the Virginia carpenter bee, can grow to the size of a kumquat. Apis cerana, or the eastern honeybee, is one of many species native to Southeast Asia. Out in the wild, like the forests of Vietnam, you can find massive clusters of these things hanging from trees and cliff faces. One cluster can hold thousands of bees at once. And when they feel threatened, they perform one of the most incredible defense tricks you'll ever see. As you watch, try to guess how they're doing this. We'll talk more about it on the other side. These wave-like motions are meant to repel the honeybee's mortal enemy, the wasp. The cluster will bounce their abdomens in sync to create an effect similar to doing the wave at a sporting event. It confuses the wasps, who eventually fly away. According to researchers, the wave, or shimmering as they call it, doesn't work against other predators like birds. Instead, the bees will leave the hive and elicit a mass stinging response. In other words, wasps have it easy. The optical illusion keeps them from getting stung into oblivion. The United States experiences more tornadoes than the rest of the world combined. On average, 1,200 storms touch down across the country. Most occur in Tornado Alley, USA, which includes Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Kansas, South Dakota, Iowa, and Nebraska. Mexico, on the other hand, only sees about 50 tornadoes each year. One of them touched down on May 17th of 2017 outside the city of Toluca in the state of Mexico, which most people call Edomex to avoid confusion. A local man saw it forming on the horizon and quickly pulled out his phone to record.
No pasa nada. No, ya se fue.
Watch as our cameraman traces the storm from the sky to the ground. It's hard to believe that this thin wisp is part of the same massive tornado. After a few moments, our cameraman repositions to get a better shot. When he zooms out, the entire thing comes into perspective. The tornado wasn't the only weather phenomenon over Toluca that day. Watch as our cameraman pans right to reveal a double rainbow stretching across the sky. It's funny how Mother Nature can produce a destructive tornado and a beautiful rainbow at the same time. It shows how truly unpredictable she can be. According to the mayor of Toluca, the twister damaged or destroyed 25 homes in the area. Thankfully, everyone evacuated before it roared through and nobody was hurt. Other reports claim that 4 twisters touched down in Toluca that day, but those are unconfirmed. If you're into glaciers, the Greenland ice sheets are likely your dream vacation. It's one of only 2 continent-sized ice masses in the world, the other being the Antarctic ice sheet. Over 80% of the country is covered in ice. That's equal to about 660,000 square miles. On August 16th of 2019, several glacier enthusiasts witnessed one of Mother Nature's most stunning natural events. Across the water, they saw a small iceberg beginning to break or calve. Watch as the ice block reveals what's hidden beneath and sends a small tsunami barreling toward our camera crew.
Let op voor de tsunami. Ja, het doet maar zo met de kajaks niet op. Zie je dan filmen, Adam? Ja. Oh, ja, kan toch? Wat is dat? Wow! Met dan nog een daar. Foto's. What the f***? Wow, zo diep. Oh!
Het is gewoon gekanteld.
Zo diep dat dat gezien heeft.
Wow!
What the f***? Best dat met hier staan, man. Weet je, heel, maar vind ik met een tsunami. Hassen. Hé, maar zeg. Voor die man heeft mij nog de tent, ik weet nog niet wel, hè.
Dat is al weg voordat het...
Hé, maar het gaat wel een brok van, hè. Het gaat wel een brok van.
Calving like this is normal for the summer. Massive chunks of ice will melt, break, and fall into the sea every year. Usually, winter snowfall replenishes the ice, but rising sea levels and temperatures have caused the Greenland ice sheet to melt up to 5 times faster than it did over 100 years ago. Yearly snowfall hasn't kept up since the mid-1990s. Recent research shows that if the Greenland ice sheet were to melt completely, it would raise ocean levels by about 24 feet. According to NASA, islands and coastal cities would experience catastrophic flooding, and Earth's rotation would slow, extending the length of a day by 2 milliseconds. Anybody can go viral on TikTok. Just ask this Michigan dad who decided to pop a giant earth pimple in his backyard. It was June 27th of 2021. Michigan had just gone through 24 hours of heavy rain between the 25th and the 26th. Many Detroit suburbs, including Wayne County and Garden City, dealt with extreme flooding. In some areas, the water was about 2 feet deep. In Livingston County, a local dad went viral as he inspected his lawn after the storm. That's when he noticed this giant earth pimple. Popping it was the only logical choice.
Ready, here we go.
What the? Oh, incredible.
Look at that. Oh, it's coming out over here.
How does it even happen?
Are you recording that?
Yeah.
Look at that.
In a follow-up video, this dad explained how the gutters under their home likely caused the earth pimple. Copious amounts of water backed up the system and caused it to swell underground. But because the ground cover beneath his grass is hard clay, the water couldn't break through. Instead, it bulged up, creating the pimple. According to medical experts, this isn't technically a pimple. It's more like a bulla or a large blister filled with liquid. If you've ever burned yourself on a hot pan, you've probably had one. Landslides, Brazil is a small town in the state of Bahia. It's home to about 12,000 people who are used to the country's hot tropical climate. So, when random dust tornadoes spawn in their backyards, these folks don't run away. One of those tornadoes spawned on a hot February day in 2017. A local man began recording and wasn't afraid to get up close and personal. Watch how it takes that classic wispy shape and vanishes like a ghost. Dust devils like this are a common wind phenomenon that occur in many dry places around the world. They form due to intense surface heating and generally happen under clear skies and light winds. Thankfully, dust devils are typically harmless. They can't spin fast enough to knock you off your feet, but they can pick up and throw small rocks upwards of 60 miles per hour. That's why avoiding them is the general recommendation. On August 29th of 2019, Chris Majumdar was on a flight from Chicago to Kansas when his plane soared past an active lightning storm. From his window seat, he recorded as hundreds of bolts lit up the night sky. Watch how they create a strobe effect in the clouds and help illuminate the plane's wing. Thankfully, modern airplanes are designed to withstand lightning. In fact, it's estimated that each plane in the U.S. commercial fleet is struck by lightning at least once per year. If you're a frequent flyer, there's a good chance your plane has been hit without you even knowing. If you enjoyed this video and want to see another just like it, be sure to click the link on screen now. With that, thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next time.